Hey, this is Miracle Max. Welcome to Rise of Civilization. Today I have a short video for you on gathering. This is a beginner's guide for gathering, but as I've seen many times in this game, a lot of us players who've been around a while sometimes forget our basic skills. So, first thing is, before we send gatherers out on the field, we want to make sure we are using every boost possible, whether it is to increase the speed of the march of our gatherers or to increase the speed of gathering. So the first place I'm going to check for boosts is up by my profile picture and power, and this shows a list of all your active boosts. Right now, if I click on my boosts, I have a gathering speed of plus 50 active, and I still have an hour and 40 minutes on that, so I am good. And I also have a ruin going, and that is an action point recovery ruin, and that's not going to help me gather. So I should check and see if I can get another one. If you don't have those active, to get your gathering boost, go ahead and go into your items, and under boosts, you should have 8-hour and 24-hour enhanced gathering, and this increases the speed of your gatherers by 50%. To find ruins on the field, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out and head over to the nearest sanctum, altar, temple. They all mean the same thing. It seems like different players call them different things in the game. So around the sanctum, you'll see these little discs. And these are boosts that are available every 12 hours. For me, it's 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 a.m. The ruins reset around the temple and guardians appear, and to make the ruins reappear you must kill guardians, and I'll show you what guardians look like in just a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and look at all the different ruins available and see if there's any that relate to gathering before I go out and do that. We have troop attack, gold production, research speed. Up here we have building speed, training speed, action point recovery, which is the one I already have, and that is it. So for me right now, there aren't any available. There could be at other sanctums that are further away, and I can scan over for other ones that are owned by our kingdom and just take a quick peek. Now for me right now, I would not come and collect these. It's a 25-minute march. We have a gold production boost, research speed boost, stone production boost, food production, healing speed, commander experience, research speed, and troop defense. One more here, gold gathering speed. So if this was closer to me and I needed gold, I would definitely come gather this up, and all you need to do to collect one of these is hit gather and then send troops out to get it. All right, back to my home village. All right, so once I have determined that I have all the boosts in play that I can get to, the next thing I'm going to do is when I go to search for resource nodes, and resource nodes are all of these items near me that either have wood, stone, gold, or food. There's a food one right there. All right. And when you're searching for these, you can either look on the map around you, or you can hit the search and go ahead and pick your crop and go up and down levels and search. Now, when you search, your first priority is always to gather from the nodes that are within your territory. So if I select this one right here, I can show you why you want to collect in your territory. The info button tells us more about this. And it says, gathering speed increases by 25% when you're gathering resource in Alliance territory. So I want to make sure when I pick a resource node, if I can find one in territory for the resource I need, to go with that one first. It is also okay to select nodes that are outside your territory, but not in someone else's. So for example, this node right here is outside. When I click on it, the owner is none, and I can send troops to that. However, the moment I step into someone else's territory and attempt to gather, I am open game. If I go and try to gather at this cropland, which is owned by S equals S, they have every right to come attack my troops and kick me off their land. So please know that if you do that, you are going to lose troops. Bad idea. All right. The next most, and really, this is the how to not get kicked out of your alliance tip, is when you send troops to gather at a resource node, make sure you can clear it. And here's what I mean. If we select this food resource node, it says reserves are 378,000. When I click gather and select my troops, I need to make sure that the load, which is right above the march button, is higher than the resources. So my load is 381,782, and if I go back to that resource node, 378. So I am good. And the reason for this is nodes, when they're emptied, disappear and new ones grow. But if you leave even one single grain or one stone, one stick of wood behind, the node won't disappear. And the next person who goes out searching in your alliance to find food or stone or wood is going to be really upset when they come across a level 5 cropland, for example, and they find 15 food. If they're doing the right thing, what they're going to do is clear it, but that's a waste of their time to march there, wait for their troops, and then have their troops march home just because you were too lazy to do your job. So let me go ahead and set my gatherers out and pick this up. I checked already that my load is great. I'm getting that extra 25% bonus. And real quick, if you look below the commander's pictures, you can see below it what my bonuses are based on everything that I've picked up. I have a 144% gathering speed bonus. And I also have a troop load bonus, and that's coming from the commanders that I've picked. So those are some great bonuses for being out gathering. We'll send them out to march. One last point before we get to the commanders is if you see right now that there's now a green line going to the node that I'm gathering at, and other people in my alliance, if they look at this node, they'll see a blue line going to it. If you see lines, blue or white, blue would be someone in your clan, white would be someone from another clan. I'm sorry, not clan, alliance. Too much playing of Clash of Clans. Let's see if we go to someone else's alliance, if we can see one with a line on it. Ooh, somebody's being burned down. That's a sad day. All right, well, I don't see any with lines to it, but if you do see a line coming out, it means someone else is already going to it. And if the line is blue, what you're doing is you're going to that resource node and stealing resources from a friendly. If the line is white, you're declaring war against whoever is in there. And if it's in neutral territory, it's not worth starting a war to get resources that someone else is already going after. Again, if there's a white line going to one in your territory, that means it's a non-friendly, and you can go ahead and stop them if it's okay with your leaders. All right, that covers the basics of gathering. I did want to real quick take you through the gatherers available in the game, and there are 6 total gatherers available to us. So if we go into our commanders, real quick going down the line, the first commander we have who is the gatherer is Gaius. His second skill, if you look up under his name, it says gathering is one of his specialties. His second skill is a passive skill and increases food gathering speed by 20%, and for other resources, 15%. So when I build up his talents, I am building up the gathering branch. That is his primary function for me. Really happy to have him do that. My second gatherer would be Sarka, and Sarka's second talent is also a gathering talent. Increase gathering of everything by 18%. So she's perfect to go to any node that you need. Again, her skills, her talents are going to cover that same branch, and she isn't as high of a level, so I haven't developed her completely yet. My third gatherer is Centurion, and he is my only advanced level gatherer. He's the last one I send out, as his bonuses aren't quite as high. He is only a 10% bonus. But again, he is a gatherer. That's his strong point, and I will build his talent tree also in the gathering wing. After Centurion, oh, we already covered Sarka. Let's head down and go to Constance. Constance gathering skill is her second skill, and that is a wood is her primary, 20%, and then all others 15%. Same thing with her talent tree, would go to gathering. Now there are two other possible gatherers that people use. The first one is Joan of Arc, and the reason people use her as a gatherer is her second skill. Increases troops gathering speed by 25% when maxed, and load by 25% when maxed. Now those are great, and if you choose to use Joan of Arc as a gatherer, max that skill. I've chosen to go with her support characteristic and to build her up as a support character because all her other skills have to do with healing, and that makes her a great support commander. Just a quick look at those skills for you guys. The last possible gatherer available to you is Cleopatra. And for Cleopatra, her second, third, fourth, and fifth skills all relate to gathering. She has stone is her best gathering, 30% with a 20% speed for others. Her third skill increases troop load, which means she needs less troops to gather. Her fourth skill increases siege unit attack and defense when you're gathering. So if someone comes and attacks you, she has a better chance of defending herself. And then her last skill is that she gets extra resource packs. Now, she is an awesome gatherer. I would build her as a gatherer. The only problem is, as she is a legendary, it's really hard to get her skills up. And so, though I use her as a gatherer, I'm only at level 19 on her. And I think, yes, I have built her talent tree out as a gatherer. So she can also be done as a support, but again, because it's so expensive to upgrade her, I'm hesitant to go that way. So that covers our 6 commanders who are gatherers. All right. And as you saw, all 6 of them, the talent tree builds are the same. The higher the level, the more I'm going to add on to it. That will finish up this video for today. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. And if you have any questions for me on it, please feel free to leave a comment. I promise I will respond to it. If you like this video, leave a like. And if you are interested in more Rise of Civilization videos, please subscribe to my channel. I am just finishing my second week as a YouTuber, and I've had some great feedback from you guys, which I appreciate. And I will continue to put out content as long as you are willing to watch it. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.